Oh, we're going to talk about bus safety and bus evacuation today. All students that ride the bus know two things. They know exactly what time the bus is going to be at their stop, and they know exactly where their stop is at. In other words, where the bus is going to pick them up. You want to be at your bus stop at least 5 minutes early, okay? So that you're standing at the bus stop when we approach with the bus. Stand 3 big steps back from your bus stop, from the curb, and then that way you're back, so as the bus approaches, we can keep an eye on you and see you and make sure that you're safe.
While keeping 3 steps back from the road, make sure that you walk on the sidewalk if possible.
Once we stop at the stop, when the driver opens that door, that gives you permission to approach the bus, get on, go back to your seat, and take a seat.
If you're in front of the yellow line, you're too close, so stand behind it. As you wait for your bus, don't run to meet it. The bus will come to you. Make sure you're standing back behind that yellow line. Wait for the bus to come to a complete stop and the doors open before walking up, entering, and using the handrail.
Once you sit down, you want to make sure that you've got all your belongings in the seat compartment. Your book bag, your legs. You should be sitting in the seat, bottom to bottom, back to back, facing forward. Okay? Make sure your book bag is in the seat compartment with you, or it can be sitting on your lap.
Your bag doesn't belong in an empty seat, and it also doesn't belong in an aisle. That's a tripping hazard. But you don't belong in the aisle either. So make sure that your legs and arms are tucked inside your seat compartment and all your things are tucked in nicely with you.
Now, if you have to cross the street to get on board the bus, then you want to stay on the other side of the street until the bus comes to a complete stop. All the lights are flashing, the stop signs are out on that side, and then you wait until the driver makes eye contact with you. In other words, just like this. So I'm going to be looking you right in the eyes, and once we make eye contact, I'll make this motion. That's the driver telling you that it's safe to cross the street. Once I do that, then you look both ways, go ahead and cross the street in front of the bus. I'm going to be watching down the street through the windshield, and I'm going to be watching behind the bus through this mirror on the left side of the bus. And if I see anything dangerous that's coming, I'm going to honk the horn. If you hear a driver honk the horn, that means that we see something dangerous. Turn around and run back to the curb.
And here you'll see you want to stand back as the bus approaches. The yellow lights that are flashing are just warning cars and you to watch out, use caution. Now they're turning red. It's coming to a stop. The stop signs come out. Right here, you'll note the driver's waving, so that means it's safe, you can cross. Still check both ways just to make sure. The yellow bar is to make sure that you don't get too close to the front of the bus. And go around the side. Use that handrail so you don't trip, and then go directly to your seat. Some buses come equipped with seat belts. You are responsible for getting yourself buckled in, and it is an expectation of the school board. Do not push, shove, or play running games at the bus stop. Be aware of your surroundings and never cross the street to board the bus from between cars, because you are blocked from the view of the traffic. Instead, walk down to where there is a large opening. Your bus driver will meet you there, and you're going to wait, and you want to watch for those red flashing lights. You're going to have the hand signal, look both ways. If you happen to drop something while you're walking across, just let the bus driver know and wait for their instructions.
The other thing is keep your head and hands inside the windows. If you put the windows down on a bus while you're riding, keep your head and hands inside at all times.
Talk quietly. Use your inside voice and appropriate language. Remember, the bus is like a big tunnel and the sound carries from the back to the front. For your safety, there is no eating or drinking on the bus. If you do have some trash, please put it in the bin at the front by the door. When you arrive at the school, get off the bus and make sure you walk on the side of the yellow line away from the street. If you're late for the bus and you end up missing it, don't run after it, don't chase it. Instead, you need to turn and head home. Wait until the bus comes to a complete stop to stand up. On the ride home, riders will be discharged only at their assigned stop and should go directly home. Always make sure the bus driver can see you. Never walk behind the bus. Once off, take 3 giant steps away. If you can touch the bus, you're too close. If you cross the street in front of the bus, walk forward, look both ways for oncoming traffic, make eye contact with the driver, and cross slowly. In the unlikely event of any emergency, it is important to stay calm and listen to your driver. There are several emergency exits, and we will demonstrate now how those can be used. To use the window emergency exit, pull up on the red handle and simply push out. To use the emergency hatch, turn the red lever all the way to the opposite side, push up on the side with the red lever, and now you can climb all the way out. At the back of the bus is the emergency exit door. To open, pull up on the red handle and push the door open. Be extra careful here because it is actually a really big drop. If there's an emergency and you go to leave out the front doors, however, they are stuck shut, flip the switch on the upper right. You'll see that you still push, it's stuck. Push on the left-hand door and they will open for you. The number of emergency exits will depend on what type of bus you're riding, but the next time you get on a school bus, take a second to look around and locate the nearest emergency exit, keeping in mind it may be behind you. And now you'll go outside and walk through a bus. Keep your eyes peeled for those emergency exits. And that'll be all for our elementary and junior high bus riders. High schoolers, hang on for a special message. Students who have a license or are looking to get a license, pay attention. It is illegal to pass a school bus that has the red flashing lights and the stop sign out. It needs to be treated as a normal stop sign. There are cameras on the bus that record cars and get license plates, and those too get turned over to the police. There can be a $675 fine for the first offense, as well as 30 days in jail and 30 days suspension of your license.